Elon Musk's Neuralink has successfully implanted its brain chip in a patient in the United Kingdom, enabling the patient to control a computer using only his thoughts. The man, paralyzed by motor neuron disease, received the Neuralink implant at University College London hospitals early this month. Neuralink, Musk's brain implant company, confirmed the UK milestone on X. Paul, the patient, was able to control a computer just hours after surgery. The company says Paul is now collaborating with engineers to use the implant for everyday tasks, including playing his favorite video games. Neuralink had announced a clinical study in the UK back in July, partnering with University College London hospitals and Newcastle hospitals to test its chips on patients. The company aims to implant 20,000 chips annually by 2031 and generate at least $1 billion in yearly revenue. Beyond mobility, Neuralink is also developing implants to restore vision, decode speech directly from the brain, and treat Parkinson's disease.
All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, so you have the Neuralink, the Neuralink implantable device in the forehead. All right, making its debut over there in the UK. You had a couple people over here in the States that had it. The brain implant, as I've said previously, is more for medical technology, and it's usually the same thing. You see, these people who have lost the ability to use their limbs, whether they be paraplegic, quadriplegic, or whatever, now having the ability to communicate with a computer. It helps people with Parkinson's, because if you know about the Parkinson's disease, it's a lot of shaking, trembling, if you want to call it that, and it helps those people not to shake so much. People who can't talk can now communicate through the computer just with their thoughts, but even with all that being said and this being looked at as a medical miracle, all right, this is still, in fact, the M.O.T.B mentioned in Revelation 13:16. All right, this is the mark, the incision. All right, whether that incision be in your head or in your hand. All right, this is what it is. And you see it becoming more popular through medical propaganda. You do have people who have it in their right hand already. But, it's becoming popular through, the medical propaganda. We're saving lives. We're, curing diseases, which will lead a lot of people to take this, and accept this. All right. Accept the incision. All right. The digital ID is the precursor, the prelude to the actual implantable device, which is the M.O.T.B. But you see they're making people accepting of it. And when you look in these comment sections, you have some people who know what it is, but most people are in awe of this, and ultimately this is going to be made mandatory, not necessarily in the forehead, as it says in Revelation, because most people are going to take it in their hand. Most people ain't going to let you do an incision in their skull, with the exception of those who are letting you do it to feel healed from some medical deficiency that they have. All right. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. You've seen the mark, the charagma, all right, the incision up under the skin in people's right hands. You can just, I don't know if you on TikTok, if you on YouTube, whatever, you look it up. You see that's, happening. People are buying and selling, as it's going to say in the next verse, with that already. But this video being more focused on the forehead and the way that they're pushing it. The incision in the skull is through medical advancements, or what they are showing you to be medical miracles. For a man not to be able to move any of his limbs to now be able to have some type of functionality, whether it be because they have these robotic limbs as well. All right, where people who can't walk begin to be able to. People are communicating with these computers. They can do the text to speech just with thought. These are the what they're presenting. Once again as medical miracles. All right, but soon you're not going to be able to function in society without this implantable device, whether it be in your forehead or in your hand, because it's going to be the trade into the system. You see all the information being put on the digital ID. Well, that's going to be on the implantable device as well. Medical records, birth certificate, criminal history, all the information, because they use the word data a lot. All the data that they have on you in these systems and paperwork and, whatever will now just be transferred to this implantable device, which once again, most people are going to take in their right hand, not take the incision in their skull. All right. And everybody is going to be tried with this. All right. That's why I said it's cause of all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Everybody on every level of society in every land is going to be tried with this implantable device. This verse 17, Revelation 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And no man being able to buy or sell is how they're going to get a lot of people. As I mentioned previously, we know November 1st marks, barring them doing some extension or whatever with the government shutdown, November 1st marks SNAP being taken away from the people, and which I believe this is just a test run, a trial. To see, the chaos and how they can control it, the order ab chaos method that Esau uses, So wouldn't be surprised if they hit people with the digital ID in this place. If you want your benefits back, you get the digital ID, and people are going to jump at it because, that's going to be their only way to receive their benefits. And it's going to be even more intense when people won't be able to buy or sell at all, save he that has the mark. So that's how a lot of people is going to take this, man. It's not going to be a resistance amongst the majority of people who are presented with this device, because Esau, like the scriptures say, you go to the one of him for all things. He's in control of all markets, whether it be food, medical care, etc., etc. So you're going to see a lot of people take this. But, getting back to the original point of the video, the Neuralink brain implant is now being, or it has made its debut over there in the UK. And this is only going to, continue to grow in popularity until eventually it's made mandatory. And, the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai intensifies on the world, and everybody who takes this device will ultimately be destroyed. But I ain't gonna hold you. Hope that video was edifying. Shalom.